Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Donut Like Donut Read. I am Luna, and today we have Adam.
At your service.
Clemens.
Hello there.
John.
Greetings, normies.
And Julius.
Hey.
And today we are reading Harmony United by Wild Sync Vines. Was this requested by anybody?
This was found by me.
This was found by Adam. Scrolling through the minds, that is, the minds in the minefield, that is fanfiction.net's My Little Pony section.
It's always a good time.
Yeah.
Unless you're worried about blowing your metaphorical legs off in that minefield, you know. And this one might have done it. We'll find out.
Yeah. Description. It's the night of the gala, and the main six realize their love for each other. I don't own anything. I'm not sure if it's a one-shot or not, so it's rated T just in case. Huh.
It's Tisfus Rep.
It's TS X FS AJ X RD X PP. I'm something you. I'm sure this video was scrolling, but in case you listen into the background, for some reason it's clearly the initials, but the S in Sparkle is not capitalized.
And I feel bad for Rarity for having only one letter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Rarity and gosh, now I can't figure. No. Rarity and Twilight Sparkle seem to have gotten the short stick as far as the getting their name in the character list.
Maybe also in the relationship, we'll find out.
Maybe.
I also shout out to Wild Sync Vines. They don't own anything. I really appreciate all these destitute authors putting out their work for us. This is how they're immortalized.
Pretty much. What is it? Diogenes, who lived in a little hamper and was like, I don't own anything except this bowl. I don't need to own anything but this bowl. And someone was like, well, why don't you eat off the floor? And he was like, you know what? That's genius. Why do I even need this bowl for?
They had to go to an internet cafe to even write this and post this.
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to the libraries for allowing homeless people to use the internet and upload their fanfiction.
Who's to say they're homeless?
Shout out to libraries in general.
Y'all are assuming that they're homeless. What if they're living in a community where they don't believe in belongings? What if all the people that say I don't own anything,
they're part of a commune? And here's the thing: they're in a. Oh wait, hold on. This is a fic about polycules, and they live in a commune. Guys, Ponyville is Equestria, Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
The Greater Ponyville Polycule.
That's amazing. So we gotta go. So what you're saying is you gotta go to Portland, Oregon to go to Ponyville?
Yes.
That's amazing. Let's go there for our meetup.
It was just after the annual gala. The energy everyone had earlier the night was disappearing. Even Pinkie Pie's legendary boundless energy was almost gone.
The author does that a lot, just space slide.
There's a style to that.
I'm not really sure why that is.
I mean, you could do that. There is a way that having the last word on a different line can make it punchy. You can break some rules.
Yeah. I mean, you see, I thought maybe it was a formatting error, but maybe the author, they want emphasis on the word gone, just to show how depleted everything is.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure this Reddit screenshot went viral. It was on a cryptocurrency subreddit, and the title of the post was "All My Life Savings," and the body of the post was just the word "gone."
Oh no.
Oh. I don't know about everybody else, but that was the best party ever. I even got to use my party cannon. It was perfect. Streamers, confetti, balloons. Party cannons, but with one N.
Yeah.
The party was canonical. It was a party whose legitimacy was agreed upon by the Catholic Church.
Yeah, the Wild Sync Vines may not own anything, but he was able to make his party canon, at least in the MLP lore.
That's how you really live forever.
Yeah, the writers were like, I don't want your polycupid shit, but the party, we will take that.
There's no patron saint of parties.
There is now.
Pinkie Pie said to everyone, the tiredness clearly showing on her face.
Without a doubt, it was simply marvelous.
Rarity exclaimed, her appearance disheveled from the long evening. She smiled even though she looked like a wreck. Spelled without a W.
Yeah.
That's the short form for redneck.
Is this a southern accent or is it a transatlantic accent? The answer is...
Yes.
Or it's just a mixed spelling of the word wrecked, because she just got wrecked by this party.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to hang and do tricks with the Wonderbolts.
Rainbow Dash told her friends. Then with a smirk, she remarked,
That doesn't sound healthy at all.
You guys should have seen their faces when I pulled off a sonic rainboom.
Applejack and Rainbow started laughing like maniacs. AJ grinned.
Priceless, as soon as he took off and pulled off his stunt.
She paused and closed her eyes, wiping the grin off her face. When Applejack opened her eyes, her expression looked as if apple trees had glowed rings and flown off.
No way. It's only a mare's tail. Not possible.
Everybody, including the princesses, laughed.
It was amazing, My Little Ponies.
Trademark.
To the thing.
What are we, some kind of little ponies? So let me get this straight. I am in a place called Equestria and I have got to make friends.
Let's say for the argument that friendship is magic. Be sure about kids.
Mr. Pony Shapiro, why is your cutie mark a feed?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mr. Mayor Walsh, why is your cutie mark an adult baby in a diaper?
Mr. Pony Shapiro, why are you only debating the Cutie Marks Crusaders? Why are you not debating adult people?
Why are they beating you?
That's amazing, I love it. But I think it's time for you all to head on to bed.
Celestia smiled as she looked out the window at her sister's moon. Seeing where her sister's eyes drifted, Princess Luna agreed that it was indeed time for bed. Yes.
I'm an adult, you can't tell me anything.
Yes. I mean, if you ever, been on a call with your friends and, you realize that, hey, in your time zone, it's 4 a.m. Go to sleep.
Yeah, you gotta look out for each other. Sometimes you gotta tell each other, your circadian rhythm is important to me, even if we don't share it.
Hey, it's 5 a.m. where you are. Stop talking to me and nap. Now. Yes. My moon is high. It is late, Luna stated. She saw Twilight Sparkle's eyes widened.
Goodness, it's so late.
Twilight said, shocked. The princess had amused smiles on her faces.
Princesses. So what, they're just all the princesses?
I guess it says...
Yeah, both.
I guess both of you say this line. Both princesses say this line.
Okay.
On the count of three.
3. Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Now off to bed.
bed.
The princess said gently. No one objected. They all said goodnight and went to their rooms.
All said goodnight. Everything said goodnight.
Said goodnight.
Good night, mood. Good night.
Yeah, stop. We have this prop. It's just the letters A L L, and the letters talk to us. I guess I'm sleep deprived. Night, everybody.
AJ said tiredly.
Night.
Said Twilight.
Night.
Said Rainbow.
Good night.
Said Pinkie.
Sleep well.
Rarity said.
Good night, everyone.
Fluttershy spoke softly. They each entered their respective rooms. Everyone soon fell asleep. The night was silent, except the snores coming from behind the doors. It was quiet until someone screamed.
That'd be Fluttershy screaming. Spoiler alert.
No, please no.
Why is there a robot in here?
oh no, whatever's happening, something terrible's happening to Fluttershy. Her audio is clipping.
Yeah.
Everyone was awake and outside their rooms in a heartbeat. Twilight looked around. She noticed one of her friends wasn't there.
Where's Fluttershy?
Everyone's eyes widened.
Fluttershy! What's wrong?
Said one of the guards who ran over when the screaming started. They were given an answer when another scream was heard.
Stop! Don't go!
The guards burst through the doors off the yellow-haired pony's room. Wait a minute.
Yellow-haired?
There were doors on
I guess
top of
technically she has yellow. I mean, technically her body also has hair, so that's technically not correct. Not incorrect, but it sounds wrong.
Isn't her skin yellow with transparent hair?
Maybe. Is that how that works with horses?
No, but that's how what was established in the book of Drax.
Oh,
yeah.
Good point. That's also canon.
That's what her nightmare was about.
I'm gonna dox Adam here. Adam's last name is Razor. He has a son he disowned because his son was in love with Fluttershy.
Damn hippie! God damn it!
He knew. I knew you were.
That's a horse.
Racist, but.
The guards burst through the door.
I love that story.
The guards burst through the doors off the yellow-haired pony's room to see Fluttershy tangled in her blankets having a bad dream. The five friends looked at each other. Twilight turned to the guards.
So they were asking where's Fluttershy, and the one place we didn't check was her room.
Genius.
You know, Fluttershy is a chronic sleepwalker, so they probably didn't expect her to be there.
Yeah.
It's all right, sirs. Our friend's just having a bad dream. All of our friends are. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, we'll teach her not to wake us up again.
Of course, princess. We understand how these things can be. If you should need anything, we'll be at the ends of the hall, not seeing or hearing anything. Said the other god with a smile.
Actually, do you think you could make sure that we're not disturbed? I don't want her any more upset.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some privacy for this.
I'm gonna need some.
Of course. Said the guards who bowed and walked off.
Now about that beer I owed you. It's me, Barney from Black Mesa.
Of course.
Now, Fluttershy, how many legs does a horse need?
Now about that cider I owed ya. It's me, Applejack from Ponyville.
Said the guards who bowed and walked off. The purple pony then walked into the room, closing the doors behind her.
Do we wake her?
No, do wake her.
Do wake her?
Asked Rarity.
We have to.
Said Applejack.
She looks so scared.
Pinky whimpered. The five friends got on the bed.
That is an impossible size bed. That is impossible.
But they're also little ponies.
Yeah, but
so
presumably the beds would be the scale.
Presumably. But
anyway, Rainbow Dash is gonna wake her up real gently.
Shy, wake up! You're safe. We're all here.
Rainbow comforted. Fluttershy's eyes were opened and shed tears.
Guys, you're all here. You're not leaving?
Fluttershy asked quietly, with tears streaming down her cheeks.
No, why would we leave ya, Sugar Cube?
AJ asked, confused. Everybody silently agreed that they all wanted to know what was bugging their friend.
You won't hate me if I tell you?
You just go. But I
clipped
think
again
we got
pretty
it.
hard, but yeah.
Tell us what. Tell us what. Not unless you say something lame or stupid or uncool. Everybody shook their heads. There, as in over there.
There. It's alright.
Fluttershy has novelty bobbity head MLP figures, so they each go over to their own figure and shake their
Exactly.
Shake.
Oh, my head's over there, and there, and there.
Okay. Well, you see, ow.
Fluttershy mumbled that last part.
And Bingo was his name. And Bingo was his name-o.
She literally became
Can I buy a consonant?
She just drained all of her money buying those vowels. Like, that's literally the entire... her funds there.
Wait, Luna, did you say can I buy a consonant or can I buy a confidence?
I said a consonant.
Yeah, but yeah, I heard confidence. It was like
I also heard confidence.
Pretty clever wordplay.
Can I buy confidence so I can have confidence in me, like in that one Sound of
yeah,
Music
it's called a Johnny
musical?
Bravo cosplay.
Oh, mama.
Fluttershy mumbled that last part.
Okay. Could you say that a little louder, dear? We couldn't hear you. As a question.
Asked Rare.
She didn't know her ears don't quite work like they used to, you know, all the Fluttershy screaming and everything else.
All the clipping. The sensitivity for her ears is really down. If you speak a little bit too high, like, you know, she can't hear it all. Her ears clip.
Unfortunately, it's canon now.
Yeah. Asked very gently, as to not further upset her friend.
It's further upset their friend. Again,
Their
over there.
friend.
Their friend is over there.
Over
yeah,
there.
the other guard.
Call guard. Guard, my friend's over there.
I love you all.
The yellow
I
pony.
like you more than as a friend. Please don't be mad.
The yellow pony said with a blush. Pinkie Pie smiled kindly and softly.
We all love you too, Shy.
Everybody smiled and nodded in agreement.
Like in the regular show, everyone just like, Hamboni.
Didn't mean us for friends.
She said with her head down.
We know.
Twilight Sparkle said. She'd always seen Fluttershy as her greatest rival.
And now, we love you that way as well.
Said Rarity.
Yeah, can we talk real quick? Like, this is... Apparently, the other 5 of the main 6 already knew that she liked him, and they all know that they like her, but apparently they discussed it without her.
Maybe they just...
like, the 5 of them just discussed it, like, yeah, we all love Fluttershy, and she loves us, but we're not gonna tell her yet.
I mean, maybe they just kind of assumed that, like, you know, they were like, yeah, no, we all know this. Like, maybe they just kind of assume... Like, I don't know, so, like, what did you... Like, they would all... Like, yeah, we all went on a date to the gala together. Like, were you not aware? Like, maybe they just kind of assumed... Maybe Fluttershy was thinking, oh, you know, we're all such good friends. And then all the other ones are like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my 5 girlfriends. This is great.
You know, I gotta be careful. The next time my wife goes out with her friends just to hang out, she might just leave me and enter a polycule with all of her friends.
Getting drafted into the greater Seattle polycule.
It is estimated that within the next 24 months, the polycule will cover 25% of the Earth.
Yeah, hypothetical here. What if you had a polycule that's doubled size every day? Now, how fast would it be till it destroys the universe because it has too much volume?
Yeah. Mr. President, we lost Michigan. Oh no, the polycule got Michigan. I guess it's time to resign and surrender the United States to the polycule.
It can't be. The polycule has Mars.
Now. Too late already.
One of those weather maps, but it's the polycule forecast. If you're in northern Arizona, you need to get out. It's a lost cause. Hopefully, the Rocky Mountains will slow the progression of it. Now we're looking over here. It seems like there's something that's developing over in Massachusetts. Translating from New York, just.
It's like that one Mother's Basement video where a harem is actually just like a weather phenomenon, but like here it's an apocalypse. Like Twister.
I always figured we'd have a zombie apocalypse. Apparently, the polycule apocalypse was far more likely.
Yeah, it's a hive mind. It's why you got to be careful, because sometimes like you'll get like a text from someone you haven't like heard of since high school, and the always concern is, oh, what if like the person is like trying to get you to join an MLM, but sometimes you think it's an MLM. Nope, polycule.
You look at your phone and all of a sudden all your texts are just hey with 4 Y's.
Okay, I'm gonna be proactive. I'm gonna write the book so your partner joined the polycule as a self-help book, and I will profit of the situation.
You're just like sort of like eating out with your friends, like you're just like your friends leave, and then suddenly the entire bar turns to look at you and says in unison, "Hey, we saw you across the bar, and we really liked your vibe."
The entire bar.
It's like, and then eventually the few survivors. It's gonna be like the ending of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where someone goes like, "Ah!"
Yeah, but the problem is there's so few survivors. What happens when there's so few survivors? They get close. They bond. And what happens? Now you have another polycule.
Mutant strains.
You either become a part of the greater polycule, or you become a member of one of the individual rebel polycules.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm a young adult author.
Yeah, you don't see your friends for 2 weeks. You start to worry when they stage an intervention for you where they're like, why are you not in the polycule?
Wow.
Why weren't you at polycule practice?
Jesus.
Sorry, Adam, we can't give you the promotion because you're not in the polycule. We're just gonna say it straight.
Fuck.
We could give you bullshit reasons, but deep down we know that you know, so let's not pretend.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, that was the DLDR podcast on the polycule. And in 25 years you can comment under this video with the text, "You were absolutely right, sorry for not listening."
Where were we?
Yeah, don't worry about it, non-sugar cube.
Ain't you lie down besides Fluttershy?
Yeah! Besides, there is no way you are getting rid of us now.
AJ.
Oh God.
AJ smirked and lay down at the edge of the bed. The rest of the game followed the example and lay down. On the edges were Applejack and Rainbow Dash, and in the middle was Fluttershy, Twilight Sparkle, and Pinkie Pie and Rarity. This feels like one of those math problems. Like, it's okay. Applejack is next to Rainbow Dash. Okay? Pinkie Pie and Rarity are next to each other, but Pinkie Pie is not next to Applejack.
Honestly, I kind of see it more like this. So like the Monster Musume anime OP, you just like in the middle is just Pinkie Pie, is Fluttershy, and the rest you can figure it out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just saw the picture you posted. That's right.
Yeah. Does Monster Musume like have a plot?
Nope, it doesn't. It's just like, oh no, I'm living with all these monster girls now.
Okay, so one of those.
Oh no! It's the full moon, which means they're horny and they're gonna kill me.
Oh no!
Is there like one where like the main guy, instead of being like a blank slate, is like a weird science nerd?
No,
like to the point where like he's obsessed with like studying like what they do and their different behaviors in different scenarios, to the point where like he's just a freak as the rest of them. Like, they're all weird because they're monsters. He's weird because he's a mad scientist.
Well, there is one called Monster Girl Doctor, where he's literally a doctor. He's like, okay, this is weird, but I'm a professional. I gotta get through this.
No, not even like that. Like, dude who's his whole academic research thing has been studying like monsters like his entire life, and now he gets to get like close and like personal and studying, and he's like as insane as the like. He's crazy. He's insane about it. But the thing is, like, if he was insane about it in a horny way, it would somehow be less weird than the specific way he's crazy about it.
Actually, I think there is one like that out there, but it's like, you know, he goes to another world where there's no magic, and yeah, it's something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently there's an anime for everything, just based on what John has been telling me ever since I met him.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different animes. You just gotta...
Do you want to date a soda can? Because you can do that.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. There's an anime for everything except for... No, never mind. Reincarnated as a sword or whatever it's called existed.
Yeah. You know how there's that Rule 34, if it exists, there's porn of it? I think there's also Rule 35, if it exists, there's anime of it.
I think Rule 35 is... I think Rule 35 does exist, and it's if porn hasn't been made of it yet, it will be.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that is true.
A guy walks up to a cinema and is like, hey, do you show any cartoons for perverts? No, sir, nobody makes them. Oh, then I will make them. Oh, my name isn't John Q. Enemy.
That's what we do best at anime.
So. Who's top and who's bottom?
Twilight ass sounding genuinely curious. You know what?
I'm sure that's...
Hold on. I find it hard to believe that I find it difficult to believe that the moment she joins the polycule, Twilight Sparkle doesn't have, like, a whole spreadsheet. Maybe she's filling it out right now. Like, her horn is glowing. She has, like, a notebook out. She is writing. She's in logistics mode.
Yeah, they really needed every piece of this 6-person polycule in order for them to really come up with these answers.
Here's my thing. She starts out as trying to be the top, and then the rest top her. That's what I feel. That's what I feel like that's what I feel her energy is about.
I think she's more like in the distance taking notes, like for next time. Like the strategist, the polycule strategist, you know?
The project manager.
Yeah.
Well, if you must know, AJ, Rarity, and me are top, and you are all bottom. Bitch, boys, girls. I mean,
remember playing on the playground, and you were like, okay, let's play Polycule, and the one asshole is always like, okay, I'm top.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, why do you always call top?
Honestly,
this gets even more exciting.
Honestly, I don't.
Why?
Honestly, I don't see. Really, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm trying to say that Pinkie Pie is not. I don't see Pinkie Pie as a bottom, and I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about?
I mean,
no, me and Ponty have had discussions about this. Which ponies are tops and which ones are bottoms because we're degenerates.
What about switches though?
I mean,
like
the
you're
issue
just
with
gonna
there's no such thing.
Do a switch erasure.
I mean, the thing is, the issue with this discussion is a lot of people don't understand that, like, people think that, like, top and dom and bottom and sub mean the same things, and they don't.
Yeah. They don't. You're right. And that's kind of where, if you keep reading this, the author seems to have a very interesting understanding of this dynamic.
Well, I mean, it's a 2013 My Little Pony fanfiction.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're expecting.
Not that I'm thinking about it, wouldn't Pinkie Pie naturally be a switch?
Yeah, that's
no, there's no such thing. You're either a top or a bottom.
Okay,
that's
yeah.
all.
I forgot.
Black and white, just like the author intended.
Well, what do you think, Ken? If you're saying switches don't exist, you've got to categorize Pinkie Pie. What is she?
Oh, I mean, she's a bottom. That's what they said.
She's whatever makes the joke funniest.
I guess, yeah. Right, but wouldn't that be a switch by definition?
She's whatever's the funniest in the situation.
She just pulls out a balloon animal and it's just a full little dildo.
Oh no!
Oh God!
Yeah, it reminds me where was the street where was like, I'm neither pro-life nor pro-choice. I'm saying you make an informed decision, and the first reply is that's pro-choice, you dumbass.
So, why?
Twilight asked, Pinkie Pie was surprisingly one to answer.
Oh God.
think about it, Twy, they're the ones most suited for the job.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's not a job.
It's not a job. It's a position.
About what you're into. Not about
Apple,
qualification.
Do Applejack and Rarity get to have opinions on this, or they just get drafted?
I mean, this is. I almost think that this author got their relationship dynamics information from 50 Shades of Grey just because of, like, what's to come, but it's just, they just seem to, like you said, this is very suited to the job. They filled out a contract, like in 50 Shades.
Oh, God, no.
My favorite, I know very little about My Little Pony, but my favorite thing is that, when My Little Pony came out, they hadn't, like, fully yet gotten to the point where, like, you could have, like, your characters just be lesbians and be chill with. So in Equestria Girls, they gave Applejack and Rarity love interests, like male love interests. But Applejack's love interest is just Rarity, but a guy.
Boo!
And Rarity's love interest is just Applejack, but a guy. Like, hold on, I'll pull it up.
Boo! That is gay erasure if ever I've
Also,
seen it. It's like,
I mean, it becomes like, it's almost not.
It's like that one joke in the Daily Show where it's like, where they're talking about Sesame Street and conservatives mad about it, and it's like, let's finally address those vicious rumors and introduce Mrs. Burt and Mrs. Ernie.
Like, this is Applejack with her love interest.
Ew, gross, so plain.
Wait, that's
Weird.
real?
He looks like a Twilight character.
No.
Yeah, that's real.
Wait, no. What? I genuinely thought it wouldn't be this blatant. I thought it would be like, oh yeah, one's gonna be kind of redneckish, but he's not gonna have the exact same color pattern with the exact same freckles. It's not gonna be that blatant. They're not gonna have the exact same colorway.
No, they did
That's amazing.
I'm less disgusted and more confused now. Like, why does the bottom one look much better than the one on the top?
I mean, because it was very clearly like they wanted to. They were like, yeah, fine, you can't pair them up. Fine, I'll give them love interest to look identical to the person I want to pair them up with. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Man, once, Spite did not give us a beautiful product to give us this.
I really like the ship of Applejack plus Edward from Twilight.
Wait, if that's Edward, who's the other dude?
Yeah, some random male Applejack.
It's Applejack after he took testosterone.
So what? So instead of Applejack, it's Applejacks. That's their
Or the guy on the bottom is called Apple Janet.
Apple Janet.
Ugh.
Enough about this cursed timeline, which we'll never speak of again.
All I know is I thought just with Fanfic was cursed, but now I know My Little Pony itself is cursed.
I personally think it's very funny.
It's kind of like when Rebecca Sugar was like, "Oh, you want to give Ruby a beard? Fine. Russia doesn't exist anymore."
Yeah. Also, that's also specifically why in the wedding, Ruby's the one wearing the dress.
Follow that, Russia.
That's also why that episode is the same episode where, like, the diamonds attack, because an important plot stuff happens in that episode, and in the later episodes following directly after it, they're wearing wedding clothes. They couldn't just, like, cut out that episode from the lineup, but they specifically did things, so it's like, yeah, you can't censor this.
Good luck. Oh, that's amazing. I love it when creators are petty. Except here. I can't. My fucking eyes.
So, suited for the job. That's where we left off.
Mm-hmm. So I thought about it and realized it was true.
Oh,
AJ, Rainbow, and Rarity are strong enough to protect them, but gentle enough not to hurt them. She realized that she would be safe here with them.
That's not what
how Thompson work, but okay.
We were all trying to talk at once. Great. That shows how off this offer is. If we are all listing different reasons why this is bullshit.
She's checking the stats. She's monitoring the stat blocks. Like she's looking at like attack, defense, skill. It's like she's checking the stats. The stats work out.
Well,
I trust
see.
Twilight Princess with the numbers. Okay.
Here's the thing.
Twy, it's the male's job to protect the female. I mean,
No, it's
the
top's job to protect the bottom.
Well, here's the thing. Twilight Sparkle probably would have read books about sex at this point, so I feel like they'd be the most knowledgeable on the subject.
I mean, yeah.
No, she's a bottom. The author says.
I mean, yeah, but like Twilight Princess was so much of a nerd that her boss God was like, "Hey, you need to make some friends."
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you like a bullshit research paper that you have to write about friendship lessons so that you can talk to people and touch grass. So I don't know if like she would know.
Yeah, your physical abilities determine whether you are top or bottom romantically, because that totally makes sense. Like you're a normal dude, you're a bottom. Then you go training martial arts, suddenly you're top. Then you get out of shape, and now you're a bottom again. Makes total sense.
It's almost
It's
as
a
if
circle of life.
it's almost
No,
as
I
if.
think
Sorry, go on.
I think Twilight would know about sex, but she would only know about it from literature, so her view of it would be kind of skewed.
Like
I think she'd know about it in theory.
Yeah.
This is why this bullshit makes sense to her, probably.
Adam, you can tell your child to win any argument on the primary school playground. Your kid just needs to tell the other kids, I know what sex is, but I won't tell you.
No one will listen to them. Nobody.
Man, do not take parenting advice from my fellow DLDR
Yeah, don't
members.
take parenting advice.
I disagree. Everyone should know who's a top and who's a bottom from primary school.
Oh, God.
I don't read them, but I keep seeing like these fics that pop up where it's tagged, where it's the implication that like you do just get assigned that. Like you get society will just assign you that, and I've never wanted to read them, but I've always looked at them and gone like, I'm curious about the logistics of this society, but I understand I'm not going to be getting any of those. Whatever. It's the same thing with like Omegaverse stuff. It's like
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like Omegaverse, except
like
it's the bottom verse.
It's different. It's different. Like at least with Omegaverse, like sometimes there's like some discussion of world building. It's like I do not care about like the sex or whatever. I'm interested in how the society has developed. Like my biggest question is like, is there like in the Omegaverse, is there like the equivalent of like those like what do alpha males call themselves? Is the question. Like, do they still go call themselves like alphas or the alpha males? Is it more alphas against omegas, or is like misogyny still a thing? That like the place we get like alpha like that from is like a misunderstanding of wolf social dynamics. But in a world where those are like actual dynamics for humans, did the guy who proposed that wolves behave that way get like accused in the scientific community of anthropomorphizing wolf behavior? Like no one ever wants. It's like I don't care about the slick or whatever. I want a sociology paper taking place in this universe, and I want it now.
Well, honestly, my take on this thing, it reminds me about the old semi-uke kind of like weird yaoi yuri nonsense. It's like it seems it's like but like the thing is it's kind of reductive of like relationships as a whole. You know, someone's got to be shit.
I'm back, and I'm visiting my granddad later today, and he was calling me about getting him eye drops. Yeah, Omegaverse is just like a way to have Jared Padalecki get Jensen Ackles pregnant. I might have that wrong the other way around, but if you go in the comments and correct me on that, I want you to ask yourself why you knew that enough to correct me.
What I'm saying though is like it's like this. So again, it reminds me of the semi-uke argument sort of thing. Like, I don't think relationship. I don't think like relationships at all like can just be reduced to a top and a bottom. It's almost as if trying to say, oh, who tops and who bottoms is kind of a reductive thing, and not at all how intimate relationships work.
No, you're correct. You're correct. That's why I said I can only tolerate. I'll only really tolerate Omegaverse when it's a world when there's no sex and it's just world building. Like, because the world building implications about a society that works that way is very, very fascinating. Like, even like outside of it's there's interesting societal implications to a world that works that way. They're rarely ever discussed, but I think there's like some interesting stuff to think about there.
Yeah, but what John said also reminds us is that this story is just nonsense, the way the dynamic is discussed.
We keep coming up with new topics to discuss in order to avoid reading it more.
That's true.
Yeah, let's continue because there are some...
It's like the argument is, who sticks who into the other's butt? That's like the extent of their thought process.
Yeah, and then the characters have their personalities kind of shaved away until they just have like semi-personality 1 and uke personality 2, and it makes reading fan fiction in certain fandoms Yu-Gi-Oh! Completely unreadable. Someone needs to tell those poor fools that it's no longer 2013. It's no longer 2013. They can write good now.
Think it's time to sleep. No, don't you think, Rarity? What about you, Rainbow? Yeah, because the tops have to decide when everybody sleeps.
We haven't consented yet to this relationship. I didn't even know we were gonna turn this into a BDSM thing.
Like 5 minutes ago,
and
before
I
they
haven't consented to anything. I'm not into this shit.
What? So what? So all I gotta do is have a sleepover with my friends, cry, and all of a sudden we're gonna have sex?
Yeah, 5 minutes ago they were all equals, but now suddenly only the opinions of Rarity, Rainbow, and Applejack matter.
I mean, we know. I mean, you're making a lot of assumptions here. You're making a lot of assumptions there over who is seen as an equal in this thing. You know, what I'm saying? You don't know. This could be a service top power bottom situation. We don't know.
Some ponies are more equal than others.
Here, though, the tops are definitely in charge. You can see in that sentence.
Applejack said in a possessive tone.
Possessive? Great.
No, I think she might be possessed in a way. Possessed by an alpha. That's gonna be my new Wattpad. Like, original story.
That can't already exist. Hold on.
It's an alpha dynamic, but my lover is gonna be a demon who possesses me. It's gonna be real weird.
It's by Red Ridge. It's by Sky Adder.
I thought you were gonna get possessed by Theodore from the Valentine's Day special. Possessed by Alpha Theodore.
So, what about the evil Simon? What about evil Simon, though?
Yeah, Julius is in a relationship with a girl and possessed by Alpha Theodore, and Julius is just walking down the street, and Alpha Theodore is like, it's the job of a male to protect the female, and Julius is like, oh god damn it, shut the fuck up.
Alright.
You should really show her who's boss. No! I don't want her. I want to respect her.
I want to respect women. God.
We respect women.
Applejack's right. Time for bed, bite's lip.
Rarity said gently but firm. Pinky groaned.
I don't want to go to bed.
She protested. Rainbow put a stop to Pinkie Pie immediately.
Yeah, no more Pinkie Pie. You gotta put a stop to that.
No, you see, she's gotta kill off Pinkie Pie to show the other bottoms that she means business.
Yeah,
you know.
Ever seen that video of the baseball player hitting like a baseball at a bird so hard it exploded?
Oh no.
Yeah,
That hitter with a sonic boom.
If you want to be,
she broke Pinkie Pie's legs, killing her.
She ate her.
If you want to be a successful top, you need two bottoms. One bottom to kill, to intimidate the other bottom.
A real privileged dilemma. Or as I like to call it, a bottom's dilemma.
Don't make me say it!
The safe word.
Maybe.
We have no safe words. What are you talking about?
Oh no. Pinkie Pie stopped and dropped her head on the pillow.
How did you...
Twilight Princess started, but was cut off by Rarity.
Oh, God.
You know, if I really wanted to, there could be a Twilight Princess joke, but I can't think of one right now.
Attention, attention. This is an emergency broadcast. The tops have seized control. I repeat, the tops have seized control.
This is what happens.
All bottoms get into emergency shelters.
Oh, God. And this is what happens in the polycule universe. Eventually, there's going to be a totalitarian society run by the tops.
A totalitarian society would be ruled by the bottoms, let's be real.
Twilight, bed now.
She said sternly. Twilight lowered her head on the pillow. Whispered Fluttershy.
Yeah, it's okay.
Everyone smiled at her cuteness. Everyone was almost asleep when...
Hey, guess what? Not a question.
Twilight, think you need a shouted?
Hey, Cream, guess what?
Pinky!
AJ said warningly.
I love you all.
They all laughed. Huh.
They laughed like they haven't laughed in years.
We know, dear. Could you try to sleep? Rainbow doesn't look happy. Bites lip again.
Said Rarity as Pinky lay down her head. Soon enough, they fall asleep.
So Rainbow is the top over the other tops.
She is
it looks like.
She is the Ubermensch.
The alpha top.
The Superwoman.
The Sigma.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How does the Sigma fit into the Omega verse? I've heard conflicting answers.
They're the one Sigma to rule them all.
The real question is, how does the Shrigma fit into the Omega verse?
We need to get all the Greek letters out, and we need to organize this. We need to figure out how this works.
Yeah, this video will be way out after the election, but remember to vote for your favorite Prime Sigma.
If I may quote a bit of Tolkien, I think it's Tolkien. One Sigma to rule them all. One Sigma to find them. One Sigma to bring them all in the darkness. Fuck them.
In the darkness, pack them.
Tolkien had it all figured out, didn't he?
Yeah. Knew it all. He had it all figured out except how to get that one student to stop showing up to his class. I can't remember what her name was. I think it was the author for Howl's Moving Castle, but she was the only student at Tolkien's lecture class, and he hated that she was there because if no one showed up to his class, then he could just work on his book. But she kept showing up to class ready to learn. It might not have been the author of Howl's Moving Castle, but it was some prominent female author. I can't remember which one.
There was this one time during my bachelor studies where I was already in a small year. By this semester we were already down to 8, and everybody but me decided to push the exam to the next semester, so I was the only one from my class, but there were 2 others who were supposed to retake the exam, but they didn't show, so I was the only one there. And the professor was going through the usual stuff at the start of the exam, and he was like, yeah, you're not allowed to look at other students. I don't know where you could possibly look for answers. and half the time he was just looking over my shoulder what I was writing down, but I didn't mind. And I when I was finished, he was like, yeah, it didn't look half bad. I took the train home. Overall, it was one hour or something to get from the university to home. My mother asked me how the test exam went. I pulled up my phone, went to the website and said, oh, already graded 1.7.
Nice.
I mean, I had the inverse of that. I had an exam where we were 2 people, but they still took multiple months to grade it for some reason.
Same happened for like my studio, like the final grade, like the final exam. It took so long to grade that there was a while where all of our transcripts for that studio had a U in it, like just for like uncompleted, because the professor just didn't get around to doing it until like mid-January.
No.
Yeah, it's the one thing I definitely won't miss from university is waiting for results.
Yeah. The guard said they heard screaming, Tia. Luna said outside Fluttershy's door. Celestia smiled.
I wouldn't worry. You sensed it to right. Their love?
She said. Yeah. Luna replied.
Open the door and you'll see.
Celestia said. The door opened. It was the sweetest scene they had ever seen. The six were curled around each other with a blanket over them. Luna's moon shone light onto their faces. The scene was adorable.
It was the sweetest scene they had ever seen. Is such a mood.
Wait a minute, hang on. They couldn't. They know how to spell scene, but they didn't go back to grammar correct.
Well, they typed. It was via typewriter.
To be honest, if I wrote it was the sweetest scene they had ever seen, I would keep it that way because that's just such a power move to write that.
Yeah.
Bless them. Luna whispered.
Yes, bless them.
Well, I asked you first.
Yeah. No, you do it.
You do it.
No, you do
You
it.
do it.
No, you.
I'm gonna do the blessing.
And it's gonna be that for like a few hours. Back and forth, sister bickering.
And that's how the story ends.
And we have 2 reviews by probably the same guest.
Please! Care if I'm the only one reading it, and neither should you. Update the story and put an incomplete or complete status.
Please.
Make a chapter.
They really need to know if it's the end or not.
Make a chapter series for this pairing, please. Oh, please. It's a strange but really cool pairing that I haven't found, so it's up to you. I refuse to believe that it took, when did My Little Pony, when did Friendship is Magic come out?
It came out roughly 2010.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that in the 3 years and a month since My Little Pony Friendship is Magic came out, that no one had done, like, main 6 polycule. I refuse to believe that Wild Sync Vines is the first one to do that. No offense to them, but, like, I refuse to believe it. They can't have been.
Yeah, as always, remember that the polycule can invade your dreams, so sleep in shifts, and if anyone sleeping starts talking about the polycule, wake them immediately so they don't get infected.
You need to get them out of the bunker. If you begin to think of yourselves as being part of the polycule, you need to tell your friend you need to leave. Don't just wait and allow the infection to spread. You gotta tell. That's the only way that we can survive.
If someone is screaming in their sleep, it's best to just kill them right there.
Yeah, and don't leave any reviews on the story because we at DLDR we are all tops. We will topple your government. We will put you in prison. It won't be nice.
To topple governments. I mean, of course.
Yeah, don't mess with us.
Yeah, in Clarencam we posed the question, who's the top boy at DLDR, and now we're answering, everyone is a top at DLDR.
Yeah.
All in all, the story itself, surprisingly, it wasn't that dirty. It was a pretty clean story, just as we could see, the author doesn't really... Maybe their relationship dynamic idea is a little bit...
I'm not aware that this person...
lacking.
I'm not aware this person knows what top and bottom typically means.
Yeah, they probably not.
Don't know that, yeah. We have a Tumblr and a Discord. You are allowed to discuss the polycule there, but don't talk positively about it. We will ban you out of here.
Make sure to follow the Tumblr so that you can catch those brief moments in which I accidentally reblogged something to the DLDR Tumblr instead of mine and decide whether it's worth it to try to delete it or not.
And of course, remember, even if you're not in the polycule, if you do not like Do not read.
Make us do it.
Yeah,
Bye.
that's the command. We are the top. We give you the command. Okay.
Top's out. Later.
Bye.
Go to sleep, you little shit.
Bite slip.
Alright, stopping the recording now.